All right, Drew. So, the end of this lesson, we're actually going to talk about taking what we've learned on the driving range out to the golf course. So one thing that I like to do is I like to just imagine different scenarios. So you could take hole 2, for example, out here. I would hit a 3-wood off the tee, and that would leave me a wedge in. And so one thing that I would do is I'd take my 3-wood out, tee it up, and take this range, and I would visualize what hole 2 looks like, and what shot shape I'd want to hit, right? And then after I do that, I would take out, say I have 110 yards left. Well, I'm going to take my sand wedge out. I'm going to pick a target out there 110 yards, and I'm going to hit it. So that would be a good way to work on your mental game, visualizing shots, also hitting towards targets like we would out on the golf course. And you could say, okay, I've got a par 5, and say you hit the drive good, right, on the range. You're visualizing it, right? You hit one, you bust one out there, and you're like, okay. And in your head, you have a chance to go at this par 5. Then you pull out your 3-wood or whatever, and you visualize that shot, and you hit it. Or say maybe you don't hit the drive as well. Well, now what would you do out on the golf course? You'd probably lay up, right? So then you pick a layup, and this is all working on your mental game and visualizing shots and actually executing them like you would out on the golf course. So it's a good kind of intermediate step to take what you've learned here and all your changes here and take it out to the golf course. Another thing that you can do is actually work on shaping the ball, okay? Maybe you want to learn how to hit a better fade, a more controllable fade. So then you can take your 9-iron out here and say, okay, I'm aiming at those 2 flags, but I want to start at left of it, and I want to move it into the flag. And so imagining those different scenarios and putting ideas in your head about shaping the golf ball and actually hitting shots, that'll help you when you're out on the golf course. Another thing I like to do is I like to put pressure on myself when I'm on the range. I know that sounds a little weird, but maybe you've been practicing for a while and you're like, okay, well, I want to hit 5 more solid golf shots exactly how I envisioned, and then I'm done. Okay? Or you can do it short game. I want to sit here and I want to hit bunker shots until I hole one, and then I'm done. Lee Trevino used to actually do that. KJ Choi, he would sit here and he would hit bunker shots until he holed one, and then he'd be done with his practice session. So ways you can put pressure on yourself, and because you're going to feel pressure out on the golf course. If you got a good round going, you're going to get nervous. So the more you can try and do that on the driving range and get used to visualizing shots and actually executing them, the better you'll be out on the golf course to be able to control your emotions and actually see the shots you want to hit clearly. And then when you actually pull them off, it just builds your confidence. And the more you can get confident, the more you can execute shots. But it all starts here. If you can't do it here, you can't do it on the golf course, okay? And so the more you can visualize and execute different shots out on the range, the more confident you'll be out on the golf course. Because if you have to hit a draw on a certain hole, but you can't hit a draw on the range, you're probably not going to be able to do it on the golf course, right? So the more we can visualize scenarios and put ourselves in particular situations that maybe make us feel uncomfortable, and if we can master it here, we can take it out on the golf course, and we have a better chance of being successful, right?